I know that this was the avenue the Lord used to change my life. And so when I get to serve in the ministry now, it's this humbling thing of when I see these teens, I just love them because I'm seeing little me, right? That lost boy who was depressed and didn't know what truth was, and I was able to find that. The Lord used playing dodgeball on Friday nights to get there. I was a kid who grew up in the area. Camden, I went to Caesarati High School, which is right across from the church that the dodgeball ministry is at. And I grew up very ignorant of religion, ignorant of who God is, and just with a lot of anxiety and depression. When I was 8 years old, I remember just staying up late considering what happens when I die, and those thoughts would just overwhelm me and cause me to run away to the things of the world because I didn't know how to handle them. One of my friends, when I was 12 years old, had invited me to come to this dodgeball ministry, where every Friday night we would play dodgeball and hear the gospel during halftime.
I ran the ministry at Faith Community with a dodgeball program for 13 years. On a Friday night, 6 to 9, going to dodgeball was usually the highlight of my week. And that was mainly because of the relationships I was able to build with kids over time.
It took years of me going to dodgeball. I went every week for 3 to 4 years before I really started to ask questions and really, wrestle with who is Jesus. I hear it every week, and although there's questions that have been answered, I didn't get it.
We had a Word of Life missionary who attended our church, and he approached me one day and said, "Well, there's scholarships to go to Word of Life camp in the summertime. Would you be interested?"
I heard the gospel preached. Again, the same message I had heard for years, but this time the Spirit just worked in my heart.
All 9 guys that went that year went forward at the campfire and trusted Christ as Savior. And I was blown away.
After I'd received Christ as an early believer, it was like, how does the Christian life even look, right? And so I was being discipled at the time, being poured into by Mr. Z and just the time he spent in Bible study. But when I was graduating high school, I really struggled with feeling like I didn't have purpose in life. And I also felt very inadequate, well, I don't know much. I didn't grow up in the church. I decided to go to Word of Life off of a whim. I call that the humbling period of Greg. And so by the end of it, I just felt like, you know what? I'm done trying to do things on my own. Lord, I'm submitting to you, whatever that looks like. I'm gonna do your work, even if I don't feel confident or adequate, I'm gonna trust in you. And just doing ministry made me realize that the Lord can use someone as awful as me with my background to reach others for the gospel. Why would I wanna do anything else? Since then, I went home from Word of Life, and from there I became a paid intern at the church, then became youth director, and now ministry associate, and get to just work in so many different ministries, one of those being dodgeball now.
I passed the baton last year to 4 young men in their 20s. Greg's one of them, and they've taken it and run with it, and I'm just excited to see that.
What's really neat about working in the dodgeball ministry now is just being able to see where I was and where the Lord has brought me. And when I look at those teens, I get to see those who, like me, were just lost kids coming to play dodgeball on a Friday night. But I know that the Lord can use this and has used this to get his gospel out. And so it's just very humbling and exciting, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.